Are you considering moving to Navarre, Florida, and you don't feel like you have all the information that you should have? Well, I'm going to tell you about the 5 urgent updates that you need to know before moving to Navarre, Florida, so stick around. Hey everyone, I'm Stephanie Durham with the Whittemore Group at eXp Realty right here in the Destin-Fort Walton Beach area. If this is your first time to our channel, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap on that bell just so you're notified each time we do a new video, because we don't want you to miss out on all the information that we give you about the Destin-Fort Walton Beach area. So if you are relocating here or thinking about it, you'll get all that information that you need to know. That way you're not left in the dark and you know what to prepare for. We do have a lot of people that reach out to us when they're getting ready to move here. So we definitely love to help as many people as we possibly can. So if you need our assistance, feel free to reach out to us by phone call, text, email, comment on this video, whatever you need to do to get a hold of us. We got you covered when you're relocating here to the Destin-Fort Walton Beach area. All right, so the 5 urgent updates that you need to know before moving to Florida. Well, number 1, you need to be aware of the cost of living, because wherever you may be coming from, the cost of living in Navarre could be lower or could be higher. So you want to make sure that you are prepared, especially if the cost of living is higher than what you're used to. The cost of living in Navarre is 4% higher than the Florida average and just 3% higher than the US average. Employment, as far as the household income, the average in Navarre is 37% higher than the state of Florida and 21% higher than the US average. Again, that's for the employment. For housing, the median home value in Navarre is $240,683. So again, if these numbers are a little bit higher than what you're used to, you can also check out one of our other videos that we have for the cost of living in Navarre. That way you have more information on what to prepare for, just in case the cost of living is actually more than you're comfortable with. Number 2, you need to know about all the activities that you are able to get involved in Navarre, Florida. A great place to go to would be the fishing pier in Navarre Beach. So if you like to fish, or even if you like to just go for a walk over the beach and enjoy the beautiful sunset or just feel the breeze, you might even catch some dolphins out there putting on a show. They love the attention. But definitely I highly recommend you checking out that fishing pier. You can also obviously go to the beach located on Navarre Beach if you want to go out and relax or hang out with some friends. Definitely a great place to go if you want to spend a day out on the hot Florida sun. You can also go to Navarre Family Water Sports. It's a place where you can rent out jet skis and wave runners, pontoons. They have slingshot rentals as well. That's the one where you kind of float up in the air, so it's kind of like you're flying, but not really. You can rent out kayaks and those stand-up paddle boards. There's also seaplane intro flights, and you can even do miniature golf if you want to stay on dry land. And there's also a floating water park as well, so I'm pretty sure that's a lot of fun too. If you like to go golfing, for those of you that like to hit the greens, there's the Hidden Creek Golf Club located there. It's part of Holly by the Sea, great subdivision to move into. So it's a great, beautiful greens, 18 holes. So if you like to play golf by yourself or with some buddies or with family, definitely check out Hidden Creek Golf Club. Number 3, you also need to research the schools. If you have little ones that are still attending school, whether if it's elementary school, middle school, or high school, we do have a lot of people that ask us about the school system, but we can't necessarily really just give you that information. So we do highly recommend that you do your own research and see if the school is right for you. If you're looking to move into a neighborhood that's walking distance from the school, just make sure you check that out. If you have a home in mind, just see exactly the vicinity where the schools are located, to see if your children are able to walk by themselves, or if they can ride a bike, or maybe just a quick drive away from home. There's great school ratings, but again, please do the research just to make sure that you are comfortable with the schools that you will need to be enrolling your children in. Number 4, you also need to be aware of how to prepare your home for a hurricane. So hurricane preparation is very important during hurricane season. So you just got to make sure that you're ready. You want to board up your windows so to prevent items that might be flying around, debris that might break your window, bust your windows out. So you make sure you have the proper materials to board up your windows. If you're in a flood zone, you want to have sandbags to prevent water from intruding into your home. You also want to remember to bring in all your outdoor items, your furniture, or maybe even your favorite potted plants. Make sure you bring all those in prior to the hurricane so they're not blowing all over the place, and you have to send out a search party after the storm passes and find all your items in the neighbor's yard or across the street, or maybe out on the highway if you're located close to the highway. You also want to make sure that you have all of the necessary items. You stock up on your supplies, emergency supply kits such as water, canned foods, manual can openers. I know a lot of us are spoiled with our electronics these days, but make sure you don't forget to have a manual can opener on hand, and of course non-perishable food in case you do lose power and you don't have a backup generator. You want to make sure you are still able to have a food to eat that are not rotting and going bad. You also want to make sure you have plenty of water. You might need maybe band-aids or little first aid kits just in case you don't have flashlights and you're walking in the dark and trip over and cut yourself, or unfortunate incidents like that. But just make sure you get all your supplies together before the storm. Don't wait till the very last minute, because we all know what happens when people panic and start buying everything all at once, all at the same time in bulk. So you also want to make sure you get gas in a decent amount of time before the storm. If you do plan on evacuating, especially if it's required or mandatory to evacuate, make sure you have enough gas. Maybe even fill up a gas can just in case, because you might get stuck in traffic. I know a lot of people might base how much gas they may need on certain trips, but just remember, when everyone's evacuating at the same time, you're going to be sitting in traffic, burning up gas. You might be cranking up your AC, driving a slow pace, and you might use more gas than you anticipate. So just make sure you're prepared for that, and have all the items you need to keep your kids occupied so they don't drive you insane in the vehicle. And number 5, make sure that you are prepared for the traffic that goes through Navarre. There's Highway 98, that is the main road that runs through Navarre to get to either the Fort Walton Beach and Destin area or to the Pensacola area. There's a lot of people that are getting off work at the same time, or even heading to work at the same time. Navarre is located near a military base. There's Herbert Field, and there's NAS in Pensacola. So there's a lot of people that are trying to get to the same areas at the same time. So just be prepared and plan accordingly. If there is somewhere that you need to be at a certain time, know and become familiar with what time the traffic really starts to back up and what time that it dies down, so you might be able to get to where you need to go before the traffic starts, or just maybe wait until after it dies down a little bit. Also, if you have kids that you need to take to school, make sure you time that out as well, so you're not constantly getting them late to school because of all the traffic during the week and the school zones. Make sure you're aware of that as well to calculate your time, and don't be responsible for your kids having all these tardies on their records. Again, the Highway 98 is the same road that people are taking to get to the beach as well, to get to Navarre Beach, or even to Fort Walton Beach, Okaloosa Island, or Destin. So the spring and summertime can bring a lot of visitors in the area, causing even more congestion. So just be prepared for that and be aware. Of course, if you're coming from a bigger city, it's probably small potatoes down here on the roads. But if you're coming from a small town with maybe a couple traffic lights, or maybe no traffic lights at all, and you're only used to passing a couple cars while you're out, it's a whole nother scenario out in the Navarre area. So just be prepared to be around a lot of extra drivers. Well, that's all I have for you today. Those were the 5 urgent updates that you need to know before moving to Navarre, Florida in 2021. If you have any questions or would like to know more, feel free to leave us a comment below, or give us a phone call, text, or email, however you need to reach us. We'll make sure we get you the information that you need. And if you haven't done so already, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and tap on that bell so you're notified next time we do a new video. Again, I'm Stephanie Durham with the Whittemore Group at eXp Realty, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.